Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at some PvP matches going up against Powerlifter, a local trainer here in Anchorage. So shout out to you, much appreciated, and I look forward to doing more battles with you. Now, if you want to be featured on the channel going PvP head-to-head, just let me know and we can work something out. The only thing that I request is that if we do get stuck in a match and we both see our Pokemon right, don't pick another team when we go back into the match after we've closed out the app and, because it's frozen, and pick a team that's going to directly counter what you went up against. And I'll go back into the match with the same team, and that's that. Otherwise, I really don't care what you use. Legendaries, if you have to, go for it. It's no problem. But I prefer non-legendary battles. So with that said, let's take a look at these. And I was out pretty busy today, grinding for those TMs because I need them bad, like really bad. And this is not the complete stash that I collected today. I actually used quite a few, and some of my Pokemon are looking fantastic. Thank goodness. That was a big stress for me. I just needed to get those TMs. And that is another reason why this video is up so late, is because it was snowing like crazy. As you can see, it's snowing in the game. And I got stuck, guys, in the most ridiculous spot. I didn't go off into the road or some median or something like that. It was just some little pile of snow. Well, it wasn't really little. It was about a foot deep. And that's pretty deep when it's like completely packed in. And once you get stuck in there and then you try to go forward and back, you're not supposed to slam on your gas, obviously. We tried to maneuver out, or I tried to maneuver out. There's been a couple people that stopped by and tried to help me. Very nice people. Thank you. If you're actually watching, I don't think they played Pokemon Go. Maybe one of them did. But no, I called the tow truck. They pulled me out, and all was well. So, yeah, I chose that over possibly getting hit because there was somebody who was stuck in front of me, right? And it was either I get hit by the incoming traffic or I just ram into this little snow pile that was in the middle of the road. And I chose to do that because if I got hit, ooh, that would have been bad. I'd rather take getting pulled out of the snow over a crash, right? So yeah, it's pretty bad. It's been snowing for, I don't know, man, like 2 days pretty much on and off. Right, so we are over here on the Go Hub. We're going to take a look at Hitmonchan because this is actually going to be pretty good going into the Ultra and Great League because of something here we're going to talk about in just a second. It's going to be a pure fighting type, max CP 2,332, attack 193, defense 197, and stamina 137. All right, so here are its weaknesses. It's going to be a pure fighting type like we've seen. Fairy, flying, and psychic is what it's weak against, resisting, bug, dark, and rock types. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have going on for the moves, and this is why it's so awesome. So we do have all the different move combinations, but let's just go down here and see. First, we're going to look at the current moves and then the legacy. We have Bullet Punch and Counter for its quick moves, and then for the charge moves, let's see what we have. Close Combat, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch. So that is some nice coverage, seeing that we can actually have 2 moves now, and those are all going to be 3 charge bar moves, going up fairly quick. Your best bet is going to be, if you're not going to be going with close combat whatsoever, you may want counter. But I'm going to tell you right now, Bullet Punch is going to gain that energy much quicker for your charge moves, equaling more charge moves out onto your opponent, making them wear down their shields. And look at that coverage. If you have a Metagross, Fire Punch. If you have a Dragon, look at that. Ice Punch, Electric for those Lapras or any other water types. And some good coverage, right? Very nice. Now let's go ahead and look at the legacies. For the quick move, we have Rock Smash. That is currently what I have on mine, and I'm contemplating whether or not I want to TM it, which I don't think I should do that. And then also Brick Break, which I have personally, and I'm never going to TM that. It's a 3 charge bar move, fighting, so that is amazing, right? So there you have Hitmonchan, something you may want to consider, seeing that we should all, if you've caught any at the raids or wherever, maybe they're going to be around the 1,300, 1,400 mark. And then if you wanted to power them up to go into the Ultra League, that's what I personally did. I don't use it all the time, but I do have one on standby, and I actually personally used TMs on it today. Not going to say which move I got, but I do have one of the element moves mixed with my legacy, so it's looking great. Can't wait to give it a shot. We're back onto Medicham, talking about this little guy again because, well, it is, as a matter of fact, fantastic for that Great League because its CP is going to have a threshold right underneath it, 1431 max CP, attack 221, defense 152, and stamina 155. And if you're thinking, Poke, why are you talking about Medicham again? This is like your 5th, 6th, 7th time. Well, there's new people, new subscribers, new watchers every day, and I just kind of we're here. We finally made it to PvP, so I'm going to refresh your mind here. All right, because this is going to be fun to use. And I'm going over fighting types because they have pretty good coverage, the ones that I'm specifically talking about. I mean, even if you have a Legacy Machamp with Stone Edge, and then you have Hitmonchan, which has Stone Edge, and that's not even Legacy, great coverage there. Yes, it's going to take forever to get them up, but you have to consider Low Kick has such great energy gain, it should get that Stone Edge up fairly quick. So let's get back on the topic here. It's going to be weak to Fairy, Flying, Ghost, Resisting, Fighting, and Rock. So fighting types are good. I mean, you do have a lot of things out there that are going to wall them, but still. You have Psycho Cut and Counter for your quick moves, and now we know for PvP, strictly, Psycho Cut is going to be the top notch. Counter is going to be doing a lot of damage, and, you know, it's going to be charging up your charge bars, all right? And then we have Psychic, Dynamic Punch, and Ice Punch. So you have Ice Punch in case they like to pull out something flying. So you're going to be able to hit them super hard. It charges up really quick. You're going to burn through their shield, scare them off, and then just wreck their team, all right? And then, of course, Dynamic Punch. You could go with Psychic, which is great coverage as well. Say you're going up next to another fighting type Pokemon, hit them with Psychic, super effective, unless it's another Medicham. Dynamic Punch, always the ultimate fighting type move, currently in Pokemon Go. That 2 charge bar move, dealing massive damage. And then obviously the 3 bar move down at the bottom, that Ice Punch, which I highly recommend that you use that as well. So you gotta think about it. These Pokemon with specific moves are going to be awesome now. So they're finding their place finally in the usability and the meta here. Right, so now we have Ludicolo. This is going to actually help you protect those, I don't know, Rhyperiors, Charizards, possibly Metagross, the things that are weak to ground, because it's going to be resisting that. It's going to be water and grass type. So fairly nice, right? And it's going to be preferred in the, I'd say, Ultra League and even the Great League if you had a nice one at a low enough CP. So max CP 2,323, attack 173, defense 176, and stamina 190. So it's rounded for the lower end. All right. So weak to bug, flying, and poison, resisting water, ground, and steel. Right, and as we take a look at its charge moves here, they're going to be just 1 charge bar: Blizzard, Hydro Pump, and Solar Beam. But that's okay, because this Pokemon, what you're going to want to use this for is this. Say you put in a Charizard, right? And then they try to switch into a water type Pokemon because they had something that was weak to that, say a grass type. So in comes Swampert, in comes Lapras, in comes Blastoise or whatever, right? You throw in Ludicolo, and if you have grass, well, you're going to be looking good against those water types, even those ground or rock. So you have a lot of coverage for this Pokemon to protect your other types. And then you have Blizzard to hit those dragons if you're worried about, well, what about flying dragon types? Well, you have Blizzard there. And then you have Hydro Pump and then Solar Beam as well for amazing coverage all around. Solar Beam is just a hard-hitting thing. It's going to do a lot of damage to even the fire types. So Hydro Pump is looking amazing as well. And like I said, Blizzard's going to help you cover those flying types. So Ludicolo, not a bad option. Just thought I'd throw it out there for you, possibly to help those fire or rock and ground type Pokemon that are just vulnerable on your team. Right, we're going to wrap this up with Sandslash here. Going to be a pure ground type. It's going to have fantastic moveset, and that is why I'm going to pick it. Also, the other Pokemon people like to pick as well. So it is going to be a max CP 2,374, attack 182, defense 175, and stamina 181. Sandslash, let's go. All right, it's going to be weak to grass, ice, and water, resisting electric, poison, and rock type. All right, so let's see what it has going on for its moveset, because that is going to be where it's at. We have, for the quick moves, Mud Shot and Metal Claw. You're going to want Mud Shot all the way. You remember how we were talking about the quick moves that do the least amount of damage are going to gain the most energy for your charge bar moves, which is going to be key. So, Mud Shot, plus you're getting Stab. You have Earthquake. If you have 2 moves purchased, I say Earthquake and then Bulldoze. Although you could probably pass on Earthquake, seeing it's such a massive charge bar move, and Sandslash might take, some damage and then faint before it's even able to get it off, unless you use a shield. So maybe Rock Tomb to cover some of those flying type Pokemon, or even ice types. That would be actually fantastic. So I would go with Mud Shot, Bulldoze, and Rock Tomb. If you only have one, then I'd probably go with Bulldoze personally. It's going to continuously happen. A nice stab for a ground type there. Hit those Metagross or anything else that's super effective too. Alrighty trainers, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. Thought I show you some suggestions and talk about some Pokemon that you may have not used otherwise. I know a few of you out there know that Hitmonchan is super good, especially with Fire Punch. And remember trainers, if you're sending out battle requests and people are simply not accepting them, it could just be a bug, because personally, if I'm in and out of the app, Discord, whatever, using other things, and then I go back into Pokemon Go, I see the battle request, I'm like, oh sweet, somebody wants to battle me. I tap on accept, and then it just fades away. I'm like, wait, what? It's probably because they sent the battle invite, you didn't accept it, and they simply stopped, the request. So I wish that this PvP system was just a little bit better. Maybe a few more features indicating who's on, who wants to battle, and possibly a more solid notification system telling you who wants to battle. But I'm not sitting here trying to bash it, just throwing out some suggestions because it is going to be much needed. It is also a new feature, so we have to take it like that. Anyways, that's it trainers, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. And remember, don't be afraid to send me a battle request if you're on my friends list. And if we're not ultra or best friends yet, I'm getting there. I'll be opening up your gifts. Just, it takes time. I have a lot of people on my friends list. Take care, traders, and I'll catch you all next time.